What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage, and we also have some non-Y Shorts content for once. We have Soup here from the Discord opening up some Build Divide, a fellow Fate Grand Order enthusiast like myself. He was like, "Yo,
Or like
FG,
Fake Grand Order Prisoner.
no, Prisoner is the that's the true name. we're
Yeah,
using the
right.
we're using the fake name of yeah. We're just dabbling. No, we're trapped here.
We're trapped here.
Yeah, he hit me up. It was like, hey, I got these coming in. Do you want to record an opening? I'm like, depends on what day they come in, but we got very lucky. I was still home when this happened. So there might be a couple weeks before this comes out, but I'm like, yeah, let's dive into this because I see fucking Morgan up here, and I'm like, oh no, let's make some bad
Right.
decisions.
Right. Oh yes.
So
Um.
mhm.
Yeah. So I am Soup. I am a community member of the Discord. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you, Cade, because I am the only person that kind of knows about this and is
Yeah,
excited for this. And I'm like, hey, want to do some really niche exclusive content that I just want to crack some packs and open some boxes and see what I get
hell yeah. No, thank
and
you
drag
for
everyone else through my
telling me.
thing.
Yeah, for real. That's the real purpose of base damage is we're just trying to drag everyone else down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Right.
So
Um.
mhm.
So what I have today, we
Mhm.
have
Yeah, I know nothing
10.
of this. I've seen like the
Yeah,
anime and that was it.
this is more than I have actually. I have
Okay.
10 boxes of Build Divide.
Okay.
Build Divide is Aniplex's
Mm-hmm.
card game that they came out with a couple years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like a direct competitor to Weiss Schwarz. This card game is the reason why they stopped getting signatures as SPs in Weiss
Ah.
Schwarz. So like Monogatari, Gurren Lagann, um,
I guess the other
oh,
Fate
what
sets at
else?
this point, like
Yeah.
Camelot.
The other
Yeah.
face set. So there's a lot of different IPs in this game. Some that Weiss players will know, like Gurren
Mm-hmm.
Lagann is in this game, Monogatari,
Mm-hmm.
Bocchi the Rock. Um, I
Oh.
th- yeah, I
Okay.
think Dress Up Darling either just came out or no, that's coming out after this set, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know they got Dress Up Darling because I know
Yeah,
Dress Up Darling was also in. It was in another game. I can't remember if it was in Rebirth or if it was in a different one.
yeah.
That's
They
interesting.
also have Full Metal Alchemist is in this game as well. And there's
Oh
also like
shit.
original IP stuff in this game as well.
Yeah.
So what they did, if you look at the boxes, if I can kind of get it on camera a bit,
Yeah, you're good.
it says Build Divide Bright.
Okay.
They had everything under one label called Build Divide, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the original stuff and the collab
Mm-hmm.
sets, and then they spun off the collab sets to Build Divide Bright. It's the same card game as far as
Mm-hmm.
I know, but just like a way to sort of differentiate like what is sort of like a crossover set and what is like an original IP set.
Yeah.
And like you said, there is an anime. I think there's two animes. It's like
There is. Yeah, they
Code
because they
White and
did.
Code Black.
Yeah, they did Code White and Code. One of them was season one. One of them was season two. So that's why I
Yeah,
was like, "What's the difference here?" But it was like it was a direct like second season like followed up with new characters, but it still had season one people and
yeah,
all that.
and
Yeah.
it was one of those animes like I heard about it and I
Yeah.
on purpose kind of avoided it because I didn't want to get into because you know how card game animes
Yeah.
are. They kind of are supposed to suck you in a little bit.
It do.
And I'm like, I don't want to get into another card game. I don't want to get into Build Divide. And then they announced Fake Grand Order set, and I'm like, oh, whoops,
It's like
guess we're here.
I can already
Um,
feel the vice gripping my balls. It's just like, oh
yeah,
no,
right. So
no, yeah.
they have other Fate sets in this as well. They have Zero and they have Heaven's Feel, both
Okay.
of which are also in Weiss Schwarz as well. So there's a lot of crossover
Yeah.
between the. And then they announced Fake Grand Order, which I'm like, oh, okay, like they're gonna give us Camelot or Babylon or
Yeah,
just
something
like
to
whatever.
match.
They gave us Lost Belt 6.
They gave us Lost Build 6.
Um,
Okay.
which yeah, for you fellow Fake Grand Order prisoners who are probably coping after watching all the JP
Oh man.
anniversary crap that was going on. But like you know about Lost Bout 6 at this point,
Oh
right?
yeah.
If you're caught up on the story for English, you
Mm-hmm.
know what happens in Lost Bout 6, and it's like the big chapter. In
Shit
the
goes down.
stuff goes down. And honestly, it's like its own story. It's like not even part of the overall Lost Belt story. It's its own thing, and it's just like um, it's I think it's everyone's sort of like penultimate, like best chapter in the game. So a lot of the characters and the ideas in Lost Bout 6 have kind of become like super popular in the Fate community, and even to the point where like the it would be last year's summer event for Japan and next year's summer event for English um is basically a Lost Bout 6 summer.
Yeah, because I remember
Um
seeing all the different like outfits for Oberon
yeah,
and everybody. Yeah.
featuring a lot of these characters. So like,
Mm-hmm.
Morgan was the anniversary slash she was also a summer unit.
Yep.
Oberon gets a costume. Melusine Vargas and Balin, um, they all get units. Castoria gets her own summer form. So a lot of the characters you see in here are going to be as part of that. If you see, I've also came prepared with the
Yep.
Fairy Nitrous and playmat
Hell yeah.
as well. Um, so as not to make this super long, because I do want to,
It's
we
all
have
good.
10 boxes here to get through.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start opening while.
Go for it. We're just gonna be yapping and ripping some cardboard.
Yeah, I got some scissors here.
Hell yeah. We
We
doing
this cracked open.
we doing this we doing this lunchbox style where you take like a whole bunch of the whole bunch of the packs and like cut the tops of the packs or what?
I don't actually know how this packs look. Let me see, because I have never opened this, so like
That's
I don't
fair.
know about ratios. I don't know. I know a little bit about some of the rarities.
You told me there was like some style of SP, and that's as far as
So
I know.
from what I understand, the rarity breakdown, it's like there's like parallels of some of the lower rarities. SRs and SR plus, I think it is, or SSR, which are like your per box ratio. So it's like double R and triple Rs.
Oh, and we have a
Hi,
promo.
Maeve. Yeah, hi, Nocturne. I think there's two box topper promos, her and Aurora.
Okay.
Oh yeah, spoilers for Lost Bout 6, by the way. If you're not caught up with Fake Grand,
Yeah, for real. I just need to have that at the beginning of this
because I'm like, it's this, and then I know the other art is a certain scene. That we'll get to that in a second. So there are
See it? Yeah. Oh wow, it's a lot.
There's a lot. I don't think there's a whole lot of cards per pack, and they give you a lot of packs per box. The boxes were not that expensive. Yeah, so it's NTR, SR plus,
NTR.
SSR.
Oh no.
Yeah, right. Bright Rare.
I didn't think I'd have to put that tag in this video.
Yeah, and I don't know what SC is. I guess we'll find out as we go.
Secret.
I know that Bright Rare and Bright Territory are like those are the SPs. It's just like what style of card it is, because there's like different kinds of cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 packs per box. These boxes only ran me like $35 a piece per order, or something like that. Yeah, they're not like super expensive. The secondary market, because like we were just talking about this before. The secondary market for this game kind of gets a little bit wild. So like they don't sell this game on. Yeah, I think with 16 packs, I don't think I'm gonna be able to lunchbox style it with a scissors.
Yeah, no, I do not think so.
I'll have to use the back.
We had to be heathens,
right? Yute and some of those other like websites don't sell this game yet. I know there's a couple, I think, other sites that sell singles. Miyabi Hobby is where I got these boxes from, and this showed at my door today. I think it was supposed to be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of do it.
You're good.
Like this.
Are these like MTG sized, or are they a little bit bigger?
They are MTG size, I believe.
Okay.
Also, we have.
Oh, we have a shiny Castoria.
Yeah, so we have here in the back. This is like, I think it's like a 1 per pack foil. This is like a regular rare.
Okay.
Set that aside, and then this Castoria this is an SR. So I think these are like a certain amount per box that you get.
Nice.
For the Castoria.
Strong.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how many SRs you get per box, or if it's like kind of depends. I'm just kind of set stuff aside.
You just need to borrow friends, and you can loot now, bro. Let's go.
Right. No, I don't even need to anymore, because we got Jufu. You just do Jufu Castoria.
For real. I was legit helping Joe, where he does not have a Castoria, but he has he's been trying to get back into it, and I'm like, he's like, how am I going to be able to farm efficiently? And I'm like, you have a Qin Gong and pulled a Jufu. I'm going to see if we can do some shenanigans here. I got him set up with the fucking Qin Gong team. Ooh, nice.
The Gong.
And he's already able to... Melusine. He's already able to like do like consistent farming with it.
Yeah, so if I have to give my whales log on Forgo, I've been playing since It was the first year. I think it was
Uh-huh.
literally. I think like the Fate Zero event and the Journey to the West event, like the very first run of that,
Oh
is
wow.
when I downloaded the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really like get active until it was like that summer event happened,
Mm-hmm.
and um the Prisma Ilia event, like some of those events
Oh
afterwards.
wow. Okay.
So I but I, like because my friends got me in, but I got in pretty early, and we just haven't stopped kind of since then.
Gosh.
The rare. Um,
Gotcha.
and like I'm not free to play. I have long not been
Oh,
free to play.
same.
I wouldn't really call myself a whale, especially with like the way that IRL has been lately. It's like now we kind of have to curb the spending a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but you're talking about how you don't have a Castoria.
Joe doesn't.
If I or yeah, Joe does. If I have to humble brag for a second,
Mm-hmm.
my Castoria is MP5, and I did not try. Ooh, there's something shiny back here.
Something shiny.
I went for NP2 when she came out.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yo, Muramasa! Hold up now.
Hold up. I got to pause one humble brag for another humble brag.
Absolutely.
Hi, Murin. Yeah, where's those sleeves at?
Yo.
So this is one of I think this is one of the bright rares. So it's like kind of like the creatures or whatnot that you would get, and then the territory is kind of like a field spell, from what I understand.
Yeah. That is sick.
Muramasa. Yeah. I mean, I like Muramasa. I can't not like Muramasa.
Same.
But like he's still like kind of like mid rarity for what I wanted out of this.
That's fair. I'm hoping for the.
But
Morgan
like when it's like
SP,
Morgan
so.
Mellowstein, but like I don't know what I'll get.
Yeah.
But like, hey, we got Muramasa. That's cool. But like this is basically like the SP
Nice.
of the game. All right, so yeah, first this I think was also like I specifically picked this box because I've ordered 10 boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They came in like packs of 3, like shrink wrapped in packs of 3, and then this was the one box that was the one of pack. So I was like, all right, so this has to be the box that I have to open first and or last. So all right, then we got the Muramasa SP. I don't know how rare SPs are. Like in Weiss, they're like on a case ratio where like depending on the set, it's 1 to 3 per case.
There could be 1 per box for all we fucking know. Like for this,
I have no idea.
Yeah. Shiny
Mellow.
Mellow. So
I think it's just a regular. No, that's an SR. It's SR.
Is SR? Okay.
And then Murin going crazy. If you want to talk about spoilers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So to give a comparison, so
yes,
I initially downloaded the game.
Yes.
The week that it dropped, but I didn't get heavy into playing it until because I had an issue with the phone that I was trying to play it on. I ended up having to get a new phone and downloaded it again later. During the first NeroFest, the very first NeroFest year 1.
Okay.
So that's how long I've been playing.
Got you. Yeah, I missed the first NeroFest, but I think I got the rerun. Because I never had Bride.
Yeah.
It's the rare out of here. This I think is one of the territories, right? So these cards I think come SP, and on the other side is like a picture of the character.
Mesh. Okay.
So the bright territory is like this is like I think it's like a starter basically, where like you start with the character, and then when you meet some kind of condition, the cards are also in Japanese, so I can't like just tell you. And you flip it over, and it's like a field spell that you get.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep that kind of off to the side. And then, in the back, so it says Build Divide Bright, which, as far as I know, it's still compatible with the regular Build Divide stuff, but...
Yeah, so I've never opened up Build Divide. I've never played it. I have no idea.
But most people have only heard of it. I've never seen these cards. They don't know how the game's played. I'm trying to figure this out myself, so that's also why I was like, look, you want to do a video about this? Because, like, here's some exclusive content that no one else is going to be doing.
Yeah, true.
To my understanding, how this game is played, it's by the same guy, like the designers from Duel Masters.
Oh.
/ Kaijudo. So there's like a shield system.
Okay.
Similar to Kaijudo and like a mana system, but hi Morgan.
Oh, hi there.
I think and that's the rare of the pack. The shields, instead of like, remember how in Duel Masters it was like, 10 shields, I
something like that?
Some number. There's 10 shields in this game, but it's like 5 level 1, 5 level 2, and I think you get some sort of like additional effect when you kind of hit that next level. So it's kind of like Limit Break in like a Vanguard sense.
Okay.
I need to watch. There was a tutorial video that I think I found. I need to go find it again of like kind of a basic how to play the game. I don't remember who did it.
Okay, I'm back.
There's
My internet.
Welcome back.
My internet died for a second, so
Oh,
it is all. Good.
Did the recording get messed up?
No,
Okay.
perfectly fine with the recording. It's just I had to swap to the source of the internet that I was using. Oh, hi! I see your Tristan backwards.
Got you.
So.
Yeah. So hello, Aurora. How are you doing?
Hello there.
Hi, Mike. How you doing? Freaking Spriggan.
So it was probably down for like a minute.
And then so this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the territories. So this one has Tristan on the back. So like this one had Mash on the back, and it flips over to this one with Castoria. This one is Tristan that flips over to these 6 assholes.
Yeah.
And Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. I have to say it right.
Duh.
I have to say it correctly. Da Vinci. Percival. Freaking barrel. Oh. Mash. It's Bargus.
Yo, that Bargus looks sick. Love it.
Yeah, there's also exclusive art that they made for this game too. So like most of these is like just like promotional art or like screenshots from the actual thing. But they did like exclusive art. I think this Morgan SSR is one of the original arts.
That's what I'm saying.
They did.
Like,
I think they went for Bargus.
I've never seen that. Like that looks really nice.
Yeah, they did some exclusive arts just for this game, and then like it was shared on like the official Twitter.
Okay.
I think Sean was also like talking about it too. I remember he was tweeting about that. There's another foil back here.
Oh no! Here we go. Ooh, shiny Castoria.
SR, I think this is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shiny Castoria. That is. Oh, this is SR plus. Okay. SR plus.
So we have SRs and SR plus. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I think it's like double R and like triple R, I guess, if I'm doing like Vanguard terms. So there's 4 SRs. We still have 3 packs left for this one box, and I guess I don't know. I don't think the bright rare replaces anything. Maybe just like a rare. I'm assuming.
Maybe so.
I have to kind of figure out the ratios myself because again, I've never really watched.
Ooh, very nice, Tristan.
It's another. All right, so 5 SRs. That's a rare mesh. I'll just sort this stuff later. 5 SRs, 2 SR pluses so far. I got 10 boxes. I don't actually know how much a case is, so I don't think I got a full case. So again, like the ratios, I feel like on a per case basis, I don't know. This is another territory. So it's the Camelot, like the wall, and then flips over to Morgan.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
As far as deck building goes, I'm not quite sure sort of what the difference is. I guess like you have to read the cards. Last pack magic.
Hell yeah.
I know that you have the 10 shields. It's like the 5 and 5. There's triggers in this game, kind of like you would in like a Bushiroad game that like you can do when you sort of do things. But there's also negative triggers in this game as well. So like you have to run a certain amount of like each trigger.
Oh,
the negative triggers are like. Yeah, so I believe so. Oh, hi, mate, or not Nocturne with the little hearts. They're like overstated cards with like detrimental triggers, kind of a thing. So it's like, they balance it out that way. I have to kind of read the rules myself and figure it out as I go. But I want to get the product in my hand first because it's not like there's like a sim or like a super reliable database I can kind of go off of. I kind of have to like, I'm one of those guys where I have to like look at stuff and do it that way. So yeah, first box we got 5 SRs, 2 SR pluses, and then the bright rare of Muramasa.
Hell yeah.
Let me kind of pile these up down here at the bottom, so I just don't have cards everywhere, and I kind of keep it track. We'll see
We'll see if it if the ratios like average out.
Yeah. So I don't know if that Muramasa is replacing a rare, if it's replacing something else, or if you're guaranteed, or if it's like an up to. We'll find out as we go.
Yeah.
And I know like when you watch these box openings, people want to like look at like all these comments. I was like, guys, we got 10 boxes here, and I don't want to be here for 2 hours, but like I got nothing better to do today.
I'm going to be using Joe's internet to upload this video. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I know Joe said he wanted to kind of be in and all this too. But I'm like,
Yeah. He's
look,
wanting
I'll
to
wait
get...
till.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, look, I'll wait till 2 o'clock. I was hoping it's coming today and not tomorrow because I'm
Yeah.
impatient like that. But I was like, I think the tracking said this would get here at like sometime between 10:20 and 12:20 my time, and it was like 10:24. Like FedEx rolls off, and I was like, all right.
You're just sitting on the front porch
So
like, you got the goods.
yeah. So, but then I'm like, I just have the box over here. Like, oh, I gotta, wait until 2 o'clock to Fluffy
Fluffer.
and then. Oh, speaking of Fluffy Boy, if I need to show off stuff, I guess I'm separating the territories aside.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Fluffy Boy? He's sitting in the chair next to me.
Oh,
We got a Fluffy Boy. Oh, he's too big for the camera. He's too big for the camera. He's like, he's next to me. He's next to me. He's another good luck charm.
Hell yeah.
If you can't tell, I kind of really like Lost Belt 6.
Hell yeah. No, I get it. I've played it. I understand. I have
Yeah. So I'm like,
I have MP5 Morgan for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, I got mine's MP2, I think. MP3. No, she's MP3 because I got her for GSSR, I think.
I got her MP2 when she came out. She had a banner a little bit ago. I got very lucky and got 2 more copies, and then 5th copy was during the GSSR.
Gosh. Oh yeah, that's what's up with Castoria. I got MP2 because it's like you have to get MP2 Castoria, Art Servant, whatever, right? And then when she got her rerun for like a download campaign, I was like, let me just toss some random pulls on it. And it was like a single pull I got her, and then I just did like a multi, and there was like 2 Castorias on the multi, and I was like, all right, whatever, MP5 Castoria, sure. Oberon was kind of the same way, where I had like a really high NP level Oberon for no reason whatsoever. Meanwhile, like Summer Scotty took me to pity.
That's cute.
Hey, Mash. Mash in the wedding dress with with Lion Boy.
Yeah.
I thought I was not gonna like him, and then I was like, no, he's actually not that bad of a guy, especially compared to how everyone else in that entire world is an asshole. And it's like, no, he's like kind of okay. He gets thrown out of his own castle, which is kind of funny.
Just like Sparta style.
Yeah. Because you forget that Mash is OP. Oh, hi, Melocene. Hi, Melocene. This is her crying in this mirror and going crazy. Is this her? No, it's the other art. Oh no, this I think this is SR. This is SR Plus. So this is one of the exclusive arts.
Ooh, okay.
Because there was the scene of her like outside crying with Percival. And this is the other one where it's kind of like that too. Yes, but like I'm kind of just too deep into Fake Grand Order to stop. I've had friends like kind of come and go on the game, and like I understand that.
It's not for everybody, but if you stuck around,
it's not for everyone. And like, even I have to admit that like the game is, it's what 7 years old in English, 9 years old in Japan, and it really shows its age.
It does,
and it's like
it's very interesting.
It does, and then. No, so I was saying, and like Japan just had the 9-year anniversary, and it's like. They goofed up really bad for this anniversary.
I saw the
like it was just over the weekend.
Yeah,
which they corrected, I think, or they came out with a letter like sort of apologizing.
Yeah, they had offered some compensation. This is the morning that happened. That's when we're recording this, y'all. They offered some compensation for that this morning, and like trying to give servant coins, trying to give some quartz and everything, but I haven't read what the quote-unquote apology letter is just yet, so don't...
The apology letter is, it's Tucson, basically saying that, like, look, we're sorry, we're going to implement a feature where, you can sort of deactivate appends to like reactivate and like refund you the coins back. They're going to give out like 120 apologems to JP players. Okay. And also, like refund any coins spent on Holy Grails during like that time period, as well as like give them extra Holy Grails. This is all stuff for JP, by the way. Like this is not. This is all gonna get smoothed out by the time that English
Yeah,
I think it's going to be
they might give us some stuff, but it's not going to be to the same level as the JP players by any means of the imagination.
yeah, because like I'm not a JP player honestly,
Same.
because I Fake Grand Order, it's like reading the story and it's kind of hard to do in JP.
Yeah.
Plus I have to kind of go through all like the back alley
Yeah.
apps to play it. And then I have like 2 accounts, and it's like, what's the point at that point? But that's just me.
I know some streamers who have like they have their JP accounts, they have their main English account, they have extra English accounts that they're doing jank on. Just for like shits and giggles.
I too am a Miss watcher with his free to play boy videos. They're pretty funny.
Mist,
JP, he has his he has his NA, and then he has the free to play boy just because he's doing it for content. I was like, I could check in, that's fine.
Yeah. Which I get it. You gotta come up with content. You gotta do stuff to keep people interested.
Yeah. Which especially for like some of those major content creators, like you
Absolutely.
gotta
Nice.
get the views in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is with the regular SR Vargas.
They're like, oh, I have to post a video that isn't a pull summoning session. How do I keep it entertaining?
See, but like Mist also has the best summoning sessions too. I like the summoning session videos. He used to get really salty over summoning though, because he would just wail for MP5 copies, and then like just be upset that he's not getting it. And then I think when he switched up out of apartments, he had to like tone that down a bit. But he's still, of course, doing summoning content. I remember, I forget what it was. He got really salty over something and was like, it kind of got bad after a while with some of this content, where it's like, dude, just like he was not in a good place. But that's just the life of Twitch streamers and content creators. You know more than me, so
no, it's all good.
Hi Morgan.
Morgan.
It's SR Morgan. SR Morgan. I have to admit that going into Lost Belt 6, and I did my best to avoid JP spoilers because I knew kind of how spoiler heavy this whole chapter was with all the crazy stuff going on. And I didn't have any attachment to the characters. Kind of going in, but then as I was reading through and reading up on some of the other stuff, it's yeah, no, I like everybody. Morgan, the casual Fate fan really only knows Morgan, hi Coinskaya, through hi Oberon. Kind of background information with Arthur and Mordred, because Morgan is Arthur's evil wife / Mordred's evil mother, and Mordred absolutely hates her. And you kind of go through Fate Apocrypha, and Morgan's like, nah, my mother, I hate her, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. She did have a very short cameo in Apocrypha.
She had a short flashback cameo. Yeah. And also, also, mind you, this isn't proper human history, Morgan, because this is a Lost Belt.
Yeah, Lost Belt.
But then, with the stuff that goes on in the Lost Belt is... Yeah, it's proper human history. Morgan gives her memories to Lost Belt Morgan, and that's how she kind of knows stuff. And there's a bunch of things going on with Barrow. It's really, really complicated that I can't summarize, because the entire story chapter, I think, is literally as long as Castoria, as Lord of the Rings, character and word wise. This is SR Plus.
Accurate, because I've seen. I remember. I don't think it was for Lost Belt 6. I think it was for 7 when it initially dropped in JP. It was one of the Lost Belt chapters. I remember seeing one of the broadcasts that they showed for it, right when it was about to release in JP, and whoever one of the writers was talking about the subsequent Lost Belt, was okay, the next one's gonna be a doozy. We're gonna show you how bad it's gonna be. And brought out a stack of the script that was taller than the girl sitting next to him.
Yeah. Because the thing is they're kind of just doing their own thing for the first Lost Belt 1, and then Lost Belt 2, 3, and 4 are kind of just they're just getting through, right?
Yeah.
When they get to Lost Belt 5 with Greece, it's okay, now we have to kind of get the main story back up here a bit, and then after sort of the events that happen in Lost Belt 5, it's Lost Belt 6.
Oh, have her try. Hell yeah.
Happy cat. And Lost Belt 6 is, surprise, has nothing to do with anything else, because it's its own self-contained thing. So again, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Oh,
SRs
so
and two
that's
SR pluses.
okay. So
That seems to be the ratio, I
So
guess.
the SP was an extra. So you said you think it replaced like a rare or
I think
something?
it replaced a rare, yeah.
Okay.
Because it would stink if it like SP replaces an SR. It was like no, I actually
Yeah.
like need play sets of those.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Um,
They were like, okay, yeah, let's not do
but
that.
yeah, Lost Belt 7, which is coming out later this year, and I know a couple things, but again, I've been trying to avoid
I
spoilers.
know the theme and I
Um,
know a handful of the servants. I know nothing of the plot for it.
I know some of the servants. I know some of the um actors that are involved, I guess I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some things that happen, but I don't know everything. And I'm actually kind of surprised sort of like how silent people were about Lost Belt 7
Mm-hmm.
um
But,
compared to Lost Belt 6.
but see that I feel that's a good thing coming from other games, other uh just
Yeah,
different
like it's
communities. Like you can tell when the community's like, do not spoil this for people. Do not. Oh, hey, look, other thing. Uh,
yeah. Speaking of spoilers, hey, we're
yeah.
spoiling. If you can see it in the camera, if you see the
It's like
camera, what happens here with
exactly.
um
But they're
yeah
like,
yeah
if a community's like kind of the collective, don't say shit. Like oh, a streamer's getting to a certain point, everyone's like okay guys, do not say anything. Mods, be ready to ban people who spoil shit. You know that kind
yeah
of
yeah
thing.
yeah.
You know
Like,
that it's a good
I
time.
remember. Yeah, like I remember when like Persona 5 came out and
Yes.
like Atlas put like a bunch of restrictions on streamers.
Oh yeah.
Um and like they put like built-in in-game like time sensitive stuff about like certain cutscenes.
Hmm. Which is still
Meanwhile
like
it's like okay, it's kind of crazy to think
I
about. No,
think
meanwhile, hi Oberon.
it's all good.
Um Facebook wants to like suggested posts recommend to me like Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia manga spoilers,
Yeah.
and I'm like, great, thanks. I
Like
didn't need to see that.
I can't stand that shit. It's just like that's why I don't deal with like Twitter. I don't want any kind of spoilers for certain things like that. And it's like
I,
no.
I try to stay off socials just sort of in general,
Yeah.
at least compared to other people, but um, it's like, hey, I'm doing just recommended Facebook
Yeah.
posts,
Absolutely.
so it's like, thanks.
It's like I like you talk about like the P5 restrictions and stuff. I think those
Yeah.
are up now, but it took years for Atlas to finally remove those restrictions. It took
Oh
a
yeah.
very long time.
They were I think like a good like year or so, and I
Might have been longer than
forget. I
that,
don't
but
know
I
if it's
think you're
still.
correct. I don't remember
It might have been longer
exactly.
than that. It was
Yeah.
for a while.
I just know it was like,
And
oh, like you are not doing this for a hot minute. They did the same thing with I legitimately think they tried to institute the same thing when Reload dropped. And people were like, bro, it's a 10-plus-year-old game. Like, no. Everybody knows how it ends.
I
Just
still have to.
chill.
I still have to play
Ooh.
a Reload. Like Persona 3 is like my favorite game of like even of like the Persona games.
Mhm.
It's the special edition sitting on my bookshelf over there.
That's fair.
This is one of the exclusive art Bargist.
I like that.
Yeah.
Of the Fairy Knights, Bargist drew me in very quickly.
That's fair. Like normally I'm like I don't go for that kind of person, but I'm like I like Bargist.
It's like same.
I like Tristan. I
Mhm.
really like Tristan. Like Tristan's a fantastic character, especially when you get to see her outside of like her role in Lost Belt 6.
Mhm.
She's actually really funny.
I loved Morgan the most, but I will
Morgan's
admit,
great.
Bargist. There are certain characters that I do take the Spike Spiegel philosophy of I like a woman who can kick my ass.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, this is fair. Yeah, if you want to talk about my account, so I
oh
have
god,
I have Morgan at 100, I have Bargus at 100, I have Melusine at 100. I
Ooh.
have Tristan, I just got her to 120. She was my first
Mhm.
120 grail, SR Castoria.
I'm
Or is that
working
Ask? I
on.
can't tell.
I'm just recently started working on Morgan. I'm gonna get her to 120 at some point. I'm just slowly taking the grind.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get her to 120 because like serving coins and
Yeah,
stuff. You have her MP5 and I
yeah,
don't, so I
I'm
might
good.
just be like 100's fine.
I still have
And
several
then when we
bond
get that,
levels to go.
yeah, and like when we get that summer event, it's like, yeah, each one of these is also going to be a rail target again.
Yeah.
Um, Tristan, when I was doing my summons, again, like this was like not like I didn't go into this Lost Belt sort
Mhm.
of like planning to do this with anybody. Tristan showed up like NP like 12 for me, like fast.
I'm actually gonna pull her up because I don't remember what MP level I have Tristan at. I think Bargist is MP5. I'm fairly certain she is, but let me double check.
My Bargist is not, because they were all on the same banner, and I had like NP1 Bargist and then like NP12 Tristan. So I was like, all right, I guess I need to kind of dedicate myself to Tristan a little bit, and I am not disappointed whatsoever. But like I definitely need to get some more copies of Bargist myself. I have her at 100, but her MP level is not 5, so we're still working on her. And like Melocene, I think I got her to MP2 as well, but I need to. I think I put her on my Destiny Order summon as well. I got Morgan on my GSSR. No, I got Morgan on my Destiny Order, and I got Arjuna Alter on my Destiny Order. That was it. So we were just swimming in berserkers. I Gareth. Gareth was a good. Gareth was a good girl before this lost belt, and then like during this lost belt, it's like, yo, Gareth is the best.
It's like, yo.
That was like the one scene that I know I got spoiled on, was what happened with Gareth, because everyone's like, oh,
yeah,
oh, okay. I think it was at that point that everyone was kind of just done. Everyone was done. And then it kept going. The Gareth scene. There's the Nemo. The Nemos. Look at the Nemos.
It's adorable. Nemos. I'm going to have to talk to Joe about the thumbnail for this one, because I want to do some kind of spoof of the law firm Morgan and Morgan. You've seen where they just have the Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan and Morgan like with somebody Morgan, and it's just nothing but Morgans.
Yeah. just the Oberon with the Anya face, just sucks him off. Oh, man. SR Bargus. That's 4 SRs. It's Percival Rare.
You good?
So we got one more SR, one more SSR for this box, I believe.
Let's see, Saber. Alright, there's Bargist. Okay, I do have MP5 Bargist. So let me see where my Tristan is. Founder, you are... I want to say you're at least 3 or 4. No, she is 5 as well.
Yeah, my Bargist...
So...
There you go. My Bargist. My Bargist, I think, is only like NP2 or 3. Again, because like I had NP12 Tristan, and then I think she got reran like on Right Up, it was like Tristan's still showing up. At least like 1 or 2 Bargist shows up, and like we're just getting more Tristans. And then I'm like, she's going to 120, so I needed the coins anyway. And now with 2 more appends, I'm like, I'll take more coins.
How many more coins for Morgan do I have? I'm just like glancing up every now and then, just like kind of going back and forth between it. Let's see. Let's just check append.
2 packs left.
I'm still sitting at 310 servant coins for her. I did max her MP charge. But I haven't invested in the others.
Yeah, I have Morgan's NP charge max because it was like when you're 3-turn farming with her and you have a 30% CE.
Yeah, that's
it's
why.
like you need that.
100%.
For like regular farming, you don't, but it's like for that farming.
Now for regular farming, I get to press 1 less button, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But no,
or just like toss it off to your support or whatever.
Pretty much.
And then Tristan, I think her appends are 10-10-10 now. If they're not, then it's like I have to just like spend the fairy scales or whatever it is to do so. I think I did that already. Okay, so only one SSR this box, I think, unless I missed it. I don't think I missed it.
Could have been stuck to something. We've had that issue before. Me and Moroku had that issue going through Hololive trial decks where where
there's like an SP stuck.
Yeah. We legitimately had an SP stuck behind another card, and we're like, oh fuck,
I've had that before, and then I'm like, I don't realize it till I'm like sorting through commons, and it's like, oops, there's something in here.
It's like, Wait, this feels a tad bit thicker here.
There.
This isn't a Shadowverse token.
Yeah.
Hold up,
Sorting through.
So I still have several bond levels. I'm halfway through to bond 8 for Morgan, so I'm still working on hers. So I still have plenty of server points. I should be able to 120 her. No
I
issue.
gotta bond farm a little bit. I've been trying to get a lot of like my NP1 SSRs up to bond 6, so that way I can unlock their mana loading append. So like over summer I was trying to get like some of the summer servants that I have at NP1. Some of the new servants that I like just pulled at NP1. Sort of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
but
base damage
there's
is
one SSR plus.
Okay.
One SSR plus this box.
That's fair.
But I need like a real webcam, and like a real setup, because I also had this. It was over on the other side of my room, like on top of like my TV stand. I need like either one of those crossbars or, like an arm or something, because I'm just like at my table with like the webcam set up on like a crate and a box for this opening. So I just jerry-rigged a setup together.
I understand
we're doing this the most professionally.
That is perfectly fine. I've lost count the number of times me and Moroku have had to like rig something up for, like, when we opened up the Hololive case, we had to jerry rig something, but it worked. So
yeah, I really want one of those like arm bars that like go across.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Morgan. That like you always see for like streaming games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be probably better.
Be very nice. Okay. So in the early days of base damage, you get a little bit of lore.
Base damage lore? Yeah. Is it as deep as Fago lore?
It is nowhere near as deep
as Fago. Or are we doing the Tsukihime spin-off now?
This is DLC. No. No. Okay, so when we first started base, we're basically just getting a bunch of people from our locals for the podcast. When we were recording that and everything. Our local store, the game store, was inside. The owner bought out a restaurant, and so the back half of like where they would sit people in the restaurant was the back half of the building. Ooh, Oh, you pulled that one earlier, but that is so pretty.
Yeah. But we got Morgan and Morgan. There's your company, Morgan, right? There's a law firm
for real.
Morgan and Morgan.
So the back section was like where they seated people and everything, and had like the high ceiling and everything, was where people would play the tournaments and events or whatever the hell we had. There was a little small room that went around towards the cooking where the cooking area was, and there was a freezer.
Mm-hmm.
So the freezer, they obviously no longer had it hooked up to the freezing portion. I would have loved that. But
yeah, right.
They but they had set up the freezer as a streaming room. Oh, that is so cool.
Okay.
And so that's what we would do, was go in there, and if we wanted to record box openings or other stuff in there, or just record the podcast, we just went in there, and they had that exact thing you're talking about, the little bar thing that went over. So when they did streams for that shop, for Blue Locks, shoutouts, they would stream Yu-Gi-Oh!, MTG, their own box openings, their own like showing off product for new games and stuff like that. They had that whole setup and everything.
Yeah,
and it looked really, really nice. It was so good.
It's funny because it's in a restaurant too.
Mm-hmm.
One of the smaller stores that I go to up in Maryland, shout out to Stevenson Games.
Hell yeah.
They had that set up. They had that set up as well with like the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really small store. I know the owner's been wanting to sort of get out of that location. Though it's funny you said that Old Locals was in an old restaurant. I can do one better.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Shout out to Gaming. Yeah, shout out to Gaming Giant in Northern Virginia. Although they were trying to move locations, but they haven't done so yet. They are the top floor of a still active running bank.
Oh.
So it's just a bank building. It's a bank, and also just think about the irony that there's a card store inside a bank. Interesting. Um,
Which some
just
people would
think
call
about
a
that.
necessity.
Yeah. So I'm we're gonna money transactions at a bank, and it's the card
Yeah.
store. But it's like the bank is open. There's a still functioning bank
So
down at the bottom, and then
there's
up top
literal
is a bunch of sweaty nerds playing One Piece and
there's literally like
whatnot.
moments where I'm certain he's had to go down there. I was like, yo, can I get some ones or something? So.
It's not, yeah, right. It's not my bank, and then this is 2024. Everyone just takes
Mhm.
PayPal anyway.
Yeah,
But
fair.
absolutely, that's the thinking.
Like that's so cool though.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's really weird, especially when like the first time I went there and I like just drove around the block where it's like, where's the store at? I just see this bank building. I was like, oh, it's inside the bank. Wow.
See, that would be so cool to have like if the bank portion were to ever close down, and
Muramasa.
ooh, that is so nice. If the bank portion were to ever close down,
Yeah.
and they bought out the rest of that, you could just have a drive-through for your card supplies and everything. Send a little
right.
tube over, to, like it's just,
Yeah, right.
it just descends down with like a deck box, and it's like, here's your order, sir. Like that just sounds funny to me. I love that.
Oh yeah, it's weird because they rent out like certain rooms. So like the upstairs, it's supposed to be like meeting rooms and whatnot. So there's like a big obviously an office area,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like one downstairs room that they like rent out.
Okay.
It's weird, but like I don't hate it.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
It's certainly different. Yeah, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. I'm wondering if the bright territory rare, it's like SP. That's why I keep checking for it because I'm wondering if it's like SP on the backside.
I say it's got to be clearly visible, like for whatever that would be. That's I would assume. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
But I don't know because I haven't pulled one yet. So, but I'm trying to double check to make sure I don't miss anything cool.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I'm like, yeah, is that SR that SR plus? Is that in the common pile still? I don't see it, but like I don't know what the ratios are. I don't know what the guaranteed ratios are. It might just be like you get one or two.
It could just be
kind of like how like Weiss boxes are, where like
one set.
Yeah, you get like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get like 4 or 5 double R's per box, and then like sometimes like a SR or a triple R will replace something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen it go so many different ways. I'll do one box opening that's like, okay, I think this has X number of double rares, and then I'll get like one more somehow, and I like just don't know.
That's SR.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like WeCross is that's another
Mm-hmm.
game that I play too. They have like 5 SR boxes with like 2 pieces is the ratio. Last pack for this box.
All right.
But then sometimes we get 3-piece boxes, but it takes the place of an SR, so we get 4 SRs. So that feels kind of bad because the pieces are like 1-ofs, and SRs are like that's your 4-ofs where like the value is. Yeah, so this one was also a 1 SR SR plus box as well. So maybe that's just you get 1 or 2 SR pluses and then 5 SRs.
So that first one you opened the nuts because you got the 2 SR pluses and the SP.
Yeah, so that's it's like there's just like that's the box right there.
Like holy shit. Okay.
And remember that was the box that was like separate from the rest of them too. So like okay. I don't know how many. I keep calling them SPs. They're not SPs, but they're SPs.
It's the easiest way for people
SPs.
to be. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, right. I don't know how many like SPs I'm gonna even get, if I'm even gonna get any more. Like that Muramasa. Yeah. That might be it.
Like
that might be it.
To be completely fair too, because it has a signature, like it's understandable to call it an SP, like straight up. But yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is because this is Aniplex's card game, and Aniplex they have the licensing, which is why Bushiroad lost the licensing for the signatures from the voice actors. They have to give their stamps.
Yeah, it sucks, but yeah.
Yeah, it sucks for Weiss players, but I'm like, Yeah,
because I was like hyped for those sets for Weiss, and I was just like, okay, cool, but no.
Yeah, especially with the way that the market is, where post-lockdown, SP prices, like during COVID lockdown, SP prices shot up. So
astronomical.
Showing my age, Weiss boomer, right? Yeah. Back in my day, Persona 4, right? Those SPs,
Mm-hmm.
20, $30 a pop. I'm
100%.
August.
Yeah,
20, $30 a pop. Now they're hundreds, right?
absolutely.
And because even back then, 2018, 2019, SPs like the most that they got, $100, $120 a pop. Outside of like some of the mainstream SSPs,
Mm-hmm.
and this is like you like Birdcage Diva Yukino,
Oh
but like
yeah.
your Kuriki Hime from Excel World was like $120,
Mm-hmm. Well,
stuff like that, right?
even 120 was like reasonable at the time because I
Yeah,
remember
and it's like
like
it's still affordable. It's just like
yeah,
because like I could just go spend $80 and buy SPs, right?
yeah.
But then you get the investors involved, the collectors market. People have nothing to do during COVID, so they're like
Absolutely.
um, and they have government money, so then they're just spending on cardboard. So then like the Babylon SPs, like like a Reshkigal,
Oh
Ishtar,
yeah.
and they're like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars now. And I was like, I can't afford these like I used to. All right, that's SR plus Oberon.
Okay. It's like I remember when talking about like Weissboomer here. Um
Yeah.
Idolmaster Cinderella Girls. I'm trying to remember which
Yep.
one it was. It might have been the Nita Minami SP. It might have been the Ronco
There were so many
SP.
because that was one of the that was one of the first sets that had like a ton of
Mm-hmm.
SPs in it,
Yeah, there was like
and there
one
was
in particular that was like $500 or something like that, and all of us in the store were like, "Yo, that's like the most expensive one in all of Weiss," or like in our small minds at the time
it
because
was
we were still
probably
new.
it was probably it was probably Minami or Ronco because they were like the
Yeah,
really good characters.
I'm gonna say Minami.
Um,
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm just gonna assume. Um,
you're probably right.
so
Uh, the other thing too that I think contributed to that as well. Back then, Weiss was not on TCG Player.
nah, I remember
It was
it
it
was all
was
JKT.
it was JKTCG, and JKTCG is going off of like Japanese prices.
Mm,
So the prices weren't like overly ridiculous, right?
yeah,
Um,
like it still seemed a
and
lot
then
because I was a
when
broke college kid at that point, but at the same time, compare like where I'm like, oh, I have money now, and I'm able to look at it and go, oh, I could afford some of these if I wanted to collect one for collection purposes. I could buy one type thing for some like
oh
older
yeah, no, I mean like
SPs,
if
but
yeah, like
mm,
broke college kid me
mm,
was able to afford Power 9 and Dual Lands for Magic
oh
Gathering back then, right?
god, yeah,
Um, because the stuff hadn't like exploded in value yet.
mm-hmm.
And then like Weiss SPs, it's like $50, $60, $80
Mm-hmm.
per copy, and it's like like I'm just a guy with a part time job, and like at that point in my life, and I'm like I can afford whatever the heck I want to,
Mm-hmm.
because that's just what I spent my money on. Now I'm like adult with responsibilities,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff is absurdly priced,
Is that
absurdly priced. So I'm like I don't buy SPs like I used to.
that's fair,
Um,
but now you get
especially now because now sort of the opposite has happened, where
mm-hmm.
a lot of the modern sets,
Mm-hmm.
the SPs aren't that much. Like you look at
It depends on the set, like
like
greatly.
Guilty Gear,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a set by set basis, but like Guilty
Mm-hmm.
Gear or because like Guilty Gear has like $5 SPs because they're basically just like full art cards,
Mm-hmm.
and like no one wants them. Um, you have Psychono has a bunch of like whatever SPs, and then stuff like Hololive.
Yeah,
SPs
has
and
a
Hololive are
range.
technically the mid. They're the mid rarity, and there's
Mm-hmm.
like 5 or 6 SPs per case, so they're like $30, and there's so many, but they're like $30 SPs
Yeah.
because they're not the high rarity anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I'm like, I'm actually able to
I forget who I
collect
was talking to
these.
about this the other day.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like there's not much of a point anymore because they're not as special
Mm-hmm.
anymore. Like I used to just collect SRs
Mm-hmm.
because there'll be like a dozen SRs, a dozen triple Rs per set.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be about like $10 a pop and 20 because it was like
It's
that's
like,
how you high rated the deck.
yeah, it's like
And now it's just like
nothing.
a parallel foil. Yeah, they're bulk.
Yeah.
So I'm like I kind of stopped buying SRs after a while because there just wasn't a point to have like binders of like 70-cent foils.
That's fair. And it's like, oh look, $30 SPs. Oh look, $5,000 Suisei SSP, and it's like,
Yeah,
fucking
it's become with sort of the investment side of the game.
mm-hmm.
Hi Oberon. This is
That's
SR Plus. Yeah, so this
yeah.
is two SR Plus Oberon.
So we got okay.
Oberon box. Yeah, like Weiss has very much become. I kind of compare it to like sports cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's like there's so much just junk now.
Yeah.
Like the base rarity stuff in Weiss,
mm-hmm.
nothing, absolutely nothing. Like your average double R, maybe $1.
Absolutely.
Right. There's still like a couple exceptions that are like, you know, like, hey, like your Ricky profile is like $10, but it's like you're spending like $70 a box, right? You're not getting your money back.
Hell no.
I know I've said this before. I think it was I might have been on one of the things. I used to play Azure Lane. I bought the Azure Lane set, but I'm not like really as big into Azure Lane as other people. So I was like, I'll go fish for like 2 boxes and like build a deck, right?
Yeah.
I spent 74. Specifically, it was $74.91 per box with sales tax. That $4.91 in sales tax was the value that I got back in those boxes, both boxes, because it was like, here's all the junk double R's. It was like the $1 double R, and then like the cents double R's.
Yeah.
And then like a couple like, you know, like $2 SRs, and that was my box. And I was like, this just feels really bad. For like the return. It's good for singles.
Very
but
much
for
so.
Sealed.
Like secondary market where you can pick up like everything you want for like less than the cost of a box, it's like, okay.
Yeah, but when you're buying a box and you're pulling value that's less than the, and then like I'm not trying to resell stuff. I just want, you know, kind of make it worth my while.
Yeah. That's where like back
it feels kind of bad.
Yeah, that's where I used to pick up a whole bunch of boxes for stuff, and now it's like I can't really afford to do that to make my money back for some videos for the channel.
Yeah, I used to have like a rule where I would do like 4 boxes just to get like, you know, kind of play sets of like climax rares, and it seems like but also back then it was like this is box number it's box 5, so we're halfway through.
Okay.
Halfway through. Box 5.
Honestly, doing pretty good
box
time.
6 technically. We just did 5 boxes. This is box number 6.
Okay, so we have crossed the 5. Okay, and right at basically a record like an hour on the recording, which is not bad.
Okay, I'm trying to go. I'm trying to open as fast as I can, but I'm also like kind of curious, like, you know, what's what.
No, that's fair, because you like you said, you don't want to miss anything either.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so like I think the Nocnare and the Aurora are the 2 they're the 2 box toppers. They also come foil. So this is a foil Aurora.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So
box topper as well.
Assuming that's
they
probably
also have
worth
foil
more.
Box toppers.
So
I'm assuming.
I mean, like,
but,
I know
hey, we can't find a site that has singles.
Yeah, pretty much. So
they're not a UU type.
If anyone's stuck around this long, who knows more about Build Divide than we do, please, I would be forever grateful if you would comment down below where we could look for like reliable singles prices. One, because I see some very nice cards that I want from this set just to collect. I might see some stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to help out my boy here to see if he can make some money back. So
I don't want money. I want to buy more cards.
Well, I mean, you sell the Muramasa, get some more boxes. I don't know.
No. I was about to buy. I was about to buy an SP Morgan off of somebody, but I was like, let me wait until I get my boxes in at least.
So,
but I don't know. He's selling it at whatever price. I'm like, I don't know if it's right because I don't know like what the singles are outside of random blanket sellers on eBay listing SPs for like $800. I'm like, I don't know if this SP is worth $800 or not.
It's like,
I don't think these SRs are $10 a pop. Also, like kind of like how it is in Weiss, I think the price differentiation is very wide between sets. That's an SR plus Barriest.
Ooh, that is pretty.
That's right. Her going. She's getting all hungry.
They're like this where you're like, oh, how much you want for that SP? 800. Oh, yen, right? Okay, cool, sure.
Yeah, right. No. Like I think I don't think the Full Metal Alchemist SPs are a whole lot. But there's like the Nier anime is another show that I was like very tempted on buying, but I didn't pull the trigger. I still might go, but like now that product is like really hard to find on the secondary market now. Um, and then like you do like a 2B SP is like, I see it for like $200 or $300, and I was like, yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, and for obviously that famous of a character that people would want to collect being that much, it makes a lot more.
Yeah, and like
So,
she's
yeah.
the yeah, which yeah, and like I know for some like the ways SPs are, it depends on the character, it depends on the gender. Let's be real people for a second.
Honestly, yes.
And it depends on the voice actor
That's
because I know
that's a
some
big
people like
thing.
specifically collect voice actors.
I do the same for
Yeah,
Weiss. Yeah.
the proverbial waifu tax, and then also because Weiss lost a lot of the actual voice actor signatures, um, and it came over to this game. So like people want this signature. People want the is it Yui Ishikawa as Morgan's
Yeah.
voice actress?
I
Um,
Yes, I think you're correct.
yeah,
I had to
and then
look.
like the Persona 3 Reload set for um for Weiss. They had a lot. It wasn't voice actor signs. It was like staff signs. So it was like
Really?
Shoji Meguro and some of those guys doing the signatures for those cards. Yeah. Which I think that affected because
That
some of those SPs are like 30, $40. And I think that affected the price. Is it's not a voice actor sign.
that's
It's
interesting.
like a staff sign. Ooh, is this SR? I haven't seen that Tristan yet.
Okay, because I did not know about that actually.
Yeah, and then that's also why like some of the Psychono SPs, like the stamps that we get, those SPs are worthless.
Which yeah,
They're like
that's
$30 SPs, and it's because it's just a hot stamp and that's it. There's no
yeah,
signature on it.
yeah. I had to explain that, and I had to explain somebody to that. They're like, "Well, why would I want to buy that then?" I'm like, "Well, when it first dropped, you had some that were the serial numbers that are worth a lot, but I
Yeah,
think all of those have been found at this point, so everything
and
just dropped."
I think that's why the Guilty Gear SPs are like $5 or $10 a pop for some
Yeah.
of them because there's not even like a stamp. It's just a basically like an OFR. Hi Morgan.
Ooh, that is pretty.
SR plus, SR plus. I
That
think I've
is
gotten like 3 of those Morgans so far.
this is nice.
Um, like there's not even a stamp on it. It's just it's just a foil card, so it's not like super
Yeah.
highly sought. Where if you get the voice actor sign or like a singer sign, it's like it's way more because there's people who like that character, and they're like after like the voice actor sign. Like I know that like that's also why Yukina specifically for Bang Dream,
Oh yeah.
her SPs are always the most expensive because it's
I mean, Birdcage Diva was
Aina Aiba.
busted, but yeah, also because the voice actress.
Yeah. But like just yeah, because like Yukina is a popular character, but also the voice
Very
actor, and
much
because she
so.
did like all like the wrestling and stuff. So I know she's one that everyone's after.
That's like where people love the voice actress for Megumin from Konosuba is
Yes.
also Mash
Yes.
in JP.
It's
So
it's
it's
also
like
it's Mash and it's Amelia
oh yeah, it
as
is
well
Amelia as well. It's like
from ReZero.
yeah.
Because and specifically, I remember there was a like one of the little teaser bits at the end of a ReZero episode where she's in the Megumin voice, just like going explosion, but it's Amelia.
I love that though.
Like season 1, I think it was. Yeah, it's been a hot second. ReZero season 3 coming to English soon, please.
Eventually.
Joker, our mutual friend of the channel, Joker, is going to be coping on that for a little while. Same with Fantasia Bunko. But like, I'm like, look, I'm in this camp too. But I'm like, it's not going to be, they're not going to announce it for this year. This year's got to fill up. It's going to be next year.
Yeah.
And like those JP sets sometimes take a year or two to come over here anyway. So
Gives me time to do first reaction video. So
yeah, we get what's what we were talking about on the ban list. Sort of call was Clairvoyance EX. And we kind of like already know stuff. It's just a matter of like for like set releases, there's a huge disparity of like what's going to come over here versus what's not. Hi, Marcus.
ooh.
Because you're never really sure. And like they just announced Macross Delta.
Exactly.
That was not on my bingo. That was not on my bingo card for why. So it was very far down my bingo card.
That's gonna be
Still
interesting when
pleasantly
that comes
surprised by
out.
that. I have now. I haven't watched a Macross series since the second movie. What year is it now? It was almost, I think, 20 years ago
Yeah, it's
at this
been
point with
forever.
Macross 2 Lovers Again, because they played it on Star's Action Channel, and then everyone knows that Macross had the big like rights fiasco, etc. But the deck itself is super interesting because it's a the link mechanic from like Grisaya and D4DJ.
Vaguely.
We haven't gotten it in English yet. Yeah, like vaguely. Like
Oh,
I know of it, but we haven't
yeah.
gotten it in English. So this is the first time we're gonna get that mechanic in English.
Okay.
But it's like climaxes count as other climaxes. So like the
Interesting.
Macross deck, it's yeah. So there's like they play 6 different climaxes because any climax counts as another climax if you sort of meet the conditions.
Okay, that's actually
And then
cool
there's like this
though.
weird yeah, but then it's like this weird sort of multi-attack combo where like you self mill out your deck. There's one card that sets your deck at 5, and then you kind of get a bunch of other effects. It's a really wonky deck. I think it just got first place at like a Weiss Worlds. Um,
It'd be very
we got
fun to look
4
through that.
boxes left here. Yeah, I'm very interested in trying out that deck for that game.
Hmm.
Premium boosters are not my favorite product though.
Yeah,
They really are not
same.
my favorite product.
Like, it's
So
not
I'm like,
the most
I'll
fun.
single it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll single it out. Like Shauna, I kind of lucked into getting some of like the early cheap singles for Shauna.
Hmm.
Um, Love Live, I was gonna skip, but then like my locals sort of by me got a couple boxes in. I was like, I'll fish for 2 boxes.
There you go.
Felt really bad. But then you get to like when like JoJo and Macross, some of that stuff comes out. I'm like, I don't really like premium boosters a whole lot because
Uh,
the value on the return value is so bad.
it really is. It to me, I've maybe bought like one or two of the Hololive premium ones just to see. I didn't even do
Oh well,
videos
those
for them. I
were
just wanted to see what they
yeah,
looked like.
those were even worse
They were
because it was
bad.
like they're not even giving you like climax combos.
Nah.
Especially like the old Bang Dream one where it's like the same card reprinted 5 times.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like go get the one plus that you need out of there, and that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
I didn't. Yeah, the 2 boxes I got, I didn't even pull a Laplace. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're just going with Aqua. We're just going with
Yeah,
Aqua for this.
but
Like,
now
okay.
it's like that's sort of like a regular release now, and then
Mm-hmm.
like there's exclusive sets in there. So like JoJo is all premium booster, Sean is all premium booster. Um, and it's like you kind of have to buy it like a regular box, and it feels very bad. Persona 3 Reload, we just talked about that. That's a premium booster,
Yeah, that
and
makes me hurt. I
that
love
one
some of the art
I
though.
specifically. Oh, I love some of the art, but like that one I specifically bought a
Ooh,
case for because I wanted like the SP ratios. That's SR plus Mash.
that is cute.
Very cute. Again, it's the bridal dress.
I know.
It's the bridal dress, Mash.
It's lovely. I just
Poor Mash and her Mash had her own little side adventure that like I don't even still like I read through that chapter like a year ago now, and I can't
mm-hmm.
really fathom like what she had to go through, and they don't focus on her a lot,
Ooh.
Castor, because like she's not. This is like one of the first times that Mash is like off on her own, and she has her own adventure that like you don't know about, and she can't really say it, but like because there's like time travel stuff. She
Yep.
actually befriends Morgan and um Habitrot, and Habitrot's like the only one that remembers. Well, Morgan obviously remembers, but it's like she can't say anything
Oh yeah.
because it will mess up timey wimey stuff.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Even Pepperidge Farm
and
couldn't say anything.
yeah, it's like I don't know. And then she's like ended up being frozen, Captain America style for a few thousand years. It's so weird to think about, but like
She deserves all the head
it's still
pats.
Mash. I mean, Mash deserved that beforehand, but
Absolutely. Oh my
Match is
goodness.
also throwing Lionmen out of castle walls. You know, Morgan. That's the SR. SR, yeah, that's the SR pile for this box there. I wonder if we'll see another Bright Rare or Bright Territory. I hope so because it's like, hey, they get more cool stuff.
Absolutely.
But um, I didn't get a full. They weren't offering like a full case. It was just individual boxes. I don't know what the ratios are. I don't know what the value is. I'm just like, I want to crack some packs.
It's got that itch.
There's mash. Yeah, I'm
Ah.
like, I'm like, look, this I always fate in other games. Like I love me near, but it's not enough to sort of get me into a whole new card game that I don't know and no one else plays. And then they're like, figured order set Lost Spell 6, and I was like, all right, you got me. I'm there. 10 boxes,
Say less,
and here we are now.
fam.
Ooh, SR Plus Castoria. Staring down Cernunos.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to play this game. I know there's a tutorial that someone posted, like how to play a tutorial. And I think there's like an official Japanese Build Divide channel that like they uploaded like a gameplay video
Mm-hmm.
of like two different Lost Belt 6 decks going against each other. I did not get trial decks. I only got boxes
Okay.
because the trial decks on the site. There is a trial deck for this. Hi, Oberon.
Ooh.
But I did not get the trial deck because they were sold out off of the website that I ordered these off of.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was going to get trial decks, I would have to order from a whole nother website and pay for the shipping. And it's like like a Japanese website, so it's like not not cheap shipping. It's not like $5 shipping.
Yeah, it's.
So I was like, at that point, I'll just wait for it to kind of go up on eBay or something. And I think they've populated at this point now, but I haven't ordered. But it's sort of it's nice as like a guide to help me with deck building because I don't really know sort of where to start with that.
Exactly.
But I guess if I watch what stuff is, I can sort of get a leg up on it.
It's like where Joe wanted to get into like the One Piece TCG, and I'm like, I don't know how to build any of these things.
Yeah. I have friends who are like, yo, go and get into One Piece, and like besides some other stuff with that game too, I'm like, I don't know where to start, and like it's 2024, money's tight for everybody, and card games are bigger than ever, and like I'm the kind of guy where it's like, look, I'll try a game just to try, and like I really can't do that anymore because there's so many card games out there, like even like not even just Japanese card games, but just over in America,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, like there's the big three of like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon, right, that have just been around for a while, but they're sort of like a lot of their player base is being taken away from by One Piece, by Digimon, Lorcana. I kind of wanted to look into Lorcana myself
Mm-hmm.
because I just wanted a game where I can play that's like like 15 minutes away from my house, not me driving hours to go play locals like I do with other games. But like it's expensive to like kind of get into.
Yeah, no, it seems like people are really investing
Happy
in it,
Cat.
so I'm very curious.
Yeah, and that's sort of like where the investors have kind of gone now is in One Piece and Lorcana. So even if I'm like, hey, if I want to just make a deck, and it's like, all right, here's like multiple, like $10-$20 cards that I need playsets
Yeah.
of, and it's like
It's like
adds up after a while.
it's like what's the average deck cost here? And it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, Flesh and Blood was like that too, where there's like multiple like $100 cards that you needed that are like like you need this to make the deck work kind of a thing. So like the cost of entry is just so high. I know there's been a lot of controversy recently in Yu-Gi-Oh, where there's been like high level
Yeah.
players quitting because the deck costs are like literally $1,000.
Yeah. And you get like
And
next to nothing in return for the prize support for the major
yeah. So you
tournaments.
go you top 8 at Worlds, and they give you a playmat,
Yep.
and that's it. So it's like not even just like a like I'm doing this to make money kind of thing. It's just like I want some sort of return on my investment.
Exactly. When and see that's the thing too. Like this isn't the first time that kind of stuff has happened in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's been happening. I know there's like memes of back when Necros came out where there was like
Yep.
the memes of like, oh, a dude sold his fucking wedding ring. It's like, okay, I don't know if this is true, but the prices of these cards are fucking ridiculous. I could believe it.
Yeah.
Like I get
I mean, like
it.
Yu-Gi-Oh has always been expensive. Like I remember
Hmm.
paying $100 a pop for Dark Arm Dragons and Judgment Dragons and whatnot, right?
Yeah, same. No, I
Um,
get it.
but like it hasn't gotten better.
It hasn't.
It hasn't. It's gotten worse
There's.
because there's just like multiple things that you like, especially with like Yu-Gi-Oh's gotten so hyper efficient with the way that the game is, the way that your combo lines are. It's not just like set card
Mhm.
pass like it used to be.
No,
Um,
and like whenever that did happen, where it could become affordable, it was like, oh look, you're somehow able to take these three structure decks, whether it's Monarchs, Dark World, whatever, and you're like, oh cool, I can splash three of these together and like actually rock up to a tournament, like a big tournament, and do decently well as long as you knew how to play.
yeah.
Like that
Um,
doesn't happen a lot anymore because people either you
yeah.
had one of two issues. You had one of two issues in my mind. Either one, a lot of people would have the same idea, so then you'd have nothing but like 50, 60 mirror matches of Monarch or Dark World, or you'd have like uh
Yeah.
sorry, brain fart, but you would have so many of those cards get hit so quickly from the deck that it wouldn't last. It's
Yeah.
just like,
And
okay.
like there's a bunch of things like the cost of Magic has gone up, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
sealed just gets less and less sort of worth buying. Um,
Ooh.
but then singles are all over the place, especially like some of
Mm-hmm.
the older stuff where, like I said, like a broke college kid like me used to be able to afford power and dual lands. No way, not anymore.
It's like, hell no.
Um, because that's just sort of like, that's the investment in the game. And if you want to play Commander, if you want to play Legacy, if you want to play Modern, right? Like there's always certain cards that you have to get to be, at least somewhat competitive, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no real like replacement for it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
It's like
and then
it's
like
like
there's sort of the
hand traps in
opposite
Yu-Gi-Oh. If you don't have hand
with
traps, you're fucked. Type thing.
yeah, but even like hand traps, it's like those go in every single deck. Like
Yeah.
you spend whatever on Ash Blossoms. Ash Blossom's been legal for a decade now,
Yeah.
still relevant, and like it goes in every single deck. So it's like that's worth the initial investment.
Exactly.
Where something like Weiss, right?
Mm-hmm.
You spend $40 a pop on like a Goblin Slayer level 1 combo. You were playing that in one deck, and that's it. That
Exactly.
kind of just immediately got power crept like a year later. So it's like there's sort of a cost trade off, and then but it's like hey, if you pull it out of a sealed product, it's worth it. Pokemon's the opposite, but like Pokemon is notoriously cheap, where like, you can make competitive decks for like
Yes.
$20 to $40.
I was
But
very
then it's like
surprised.
yeah, and but which I'm like, oh, like that'd be cool. But then I'm like, I'm not gonna go buy Pokemon product because I'm not gonna get any return on my investment
No.
because I'm pulling a bunch of junk, and even the good stuff is sense.
No. I'm of the same mindset with that. I completely get it.
Yeah, yeah. That's going back to the Weiss discussion where like back in the day, I was buying boxes and boxes and boxes of like School Idol Festival 2 and Two Love Rue Darkness and
Oh God, yes.
even like Fujimi Fantasia Bunko, that was just bleeding value out of those sets. But a lot of the modern sets, because they're just open so much and everyone is after like the high rarity SPs, basically like you pull a $400 SP, but like you're making half your money back
Yeah.
on the case that you spent $900 or whatever to get. So it's like, there's no value in it. And now I think it's something that like the investor eyes are turning elsewhere. It's it's become a big negative for Weiss and like just other card games too. Where something like this game, no different. Where I don't know what any of these prices are,
I
but
don't
I
know.
know the SPs are, highly sought after.
Absolutely. Put it this way, I'm gonna be trying to look into seeing what prices look like because I'm very curious now.
Yeah, I know. I said this before. There's a Discord, a Build Divide Discord, and
Mm-hmm.
a Facebook group. That like people like buy and sell stuff on there, and they give reveals and whatnot. And like you know, they're not. It's not the most active thing because it's a smaller game with a smaller player base. But like people there surely will help you. I got to figure out that myself. Oh, that's SR Plus, yeah. August. Fairy Night going.
Going.
Last pack of this box.
Soup, also known as Lightning Hands McGotcha.
Yeah, right.
Nah, you good.
And like I'm way slower at opening packs. Some of my friends are like ripping open packs and whatever. And I'm trying to be a little bit careful because I
You're
was like,
good.
oh, what if that's an SP?
Exactly.
Trying to open from the back. But like with 10 boxes, I can't just do like the scissor method.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
All right, so we got two boxes left. We got 2 boxes left. This
That's
box
all
and one
good.
more box.
Like you said, there's no reason. Like you get some people who they just like to draw out the the videos or whatever. Just like, all right, we're just gonna look at each individual card, and it's just like, no, just go. After X number of boxes,
it's one thing where it's like, yeah, it's one thing where it's like, you know, like one box and like Trust Collectible, they do like the set reviews and they're just like opening like a box or two and they'll talk about the cards, like what's cool, and it's like, okay, that's fine. And then like the first box, they'll slow stuff down and be like, oh, that's a cool card, that's a cool card, and then you know, box afterwards, it's like, all right, now we have got to get going a bit.
So all right, and
this is
mode.
yeah, this is 10 boxes. This is like a case opening. It's like, look, this is gonna be a 3-hour video. Got to respect the time a little bit. And
good.
you're like, you know, this opening packs is actually a lot of work. If you're like one of those like whatnot streamers or YouTube pack openers, the card breakers. I used to watch Allie when she was on Titan Cards, and I think she has her own channel now. She was just like, you know, like people put requests in to open product.
Absolutely. I've actually had a couple people ask about that.
It's kind of it's a job now.
Yeah,
like it's a job now. It's, you know, it's I think what people do on Whatnot. It's Castoria. I think we have at least a playset of this.
Yeah,
I might have more.
I want to say you have at least one.
I think it's 4 or 5, and I believe 4, like kind of like other games. This is 4 is
It's a playset. Gotcha.
Yeah, is a playset.
I gotcha.
I mean, like, oh no, I have extra Castoria. Whatever will I do? Said no Go player ever.
Exactly.
Oh no, I need NP8 Castoria to max all her appends. And 120.
Yeah. But no, at some of the events that me, Joe, and Boxu-chan go to, we've had... We end up, especially around the Raleigh-Durham area, we have a lot of repeat, you know, people coming back looking for us specifically at the events and stuff, which is just a really awesome fucking feeling anyway, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
But I've definitely had a couple people, and there's one really, really cool dude, ended up getting his Discord information and everything, was telling me about, like how he would sell SRs and whatnot on Whatnot. And and he was like, yeah, I'll just like pick up like cheaper SRs and end up making like a decent chunk of profit back. Not like hundreds of dollars, but I mean, like you buy a $10 SR and get like $50 for it or some shit. I'm like, yeah, that's profit. That's a good bit of profit.
It's like, because it's super. It's like eBay, but it's like live auctions, so it's super hit or miss. Said Stevenson Games owner, he used to stream on. He was trying to stream on Whatnot for a little while, just kind of drum up interest. And Happy Cat,
yo, Happy Cat SP,
Happy Cat SP. I think she's one of the cheaper SPs. Unfortunately, I think she is the cheapest SP.
It doesn't matter.
I think I actually got I think I got the 2 cheapest SPs, from what I understand. But like, it's Happy Cat. What do you want me to do?
It's what like that's
Muramasa. What do you want me to do? I'm happy I just got another SP because I'm like, oh man, we're getting kind of down there in the boxes now.
So
I got 2. That's cool. It's fine. It's not Tristan.
I was hoping for you, man. I was like, I want to get the Tristan.
I mean, hey, we ain't done yet. Done yet. We'll see what else we got here. I don't know what the ratios are. That's why I keep checking for these territories.
Yeah, it's not
but yeah,
over
like
the last
Whatnot
pack.
streaming. Yeah. Whatnot streaming. Yeah. He was doing like weekly, bi-weekly whatnot streaming just to kind of get product out there, and I was like tuning in to help it, but like it's one of those things where it's like the same like handful of people just kind of hanging out for an hour with like some other randoms popping on, and it was like taking up his time, like 'cause it wasn't like store time, it was like his own personal time.
Mm-hmm.
So like he stopped doing it after a while because it was just like he wasn't really getting the sales for the hour or two like per week he would have to dedicate to it.
That's fair.
Um,
While still
I
still
know.
having to run the store as well, basically. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
and like it's he's still got a store to go to the regular SR. Um, I know like I've been watching a lot of Solarian Academy videos. Still, like I'm not an active Magic player anymore, but I still
Uh,
like his videos. I like
yeah,
to keep up on news and
yeah.
whatnot.
Same with
Um,
Yu-Gi-Oh for me. I get it. I'm not. I don't play like at all. I just like to keep up with what the hell's going on. So
yeah.
I get it.
Um, and like I think he's been doing a bunch of whatnot streams to like sort of get some like exclusive stuff
Hmm.
sold and Trump because he does that professionally. Like that's just what he does, and he's sponsored by him too. I think so. But he's like a pretty big name in the PCG, content creator community.
Hmm. Isn't that like from what the other like I said, the other guy had told me about doing the whatnot and doing just things similar to that. I very much have been tempted to, like, once I quit truck driving to do so, like, to start doing that kind of stuff, or even just like if me and Joe were off like a week or something, like we wanted to like try to do a stream for that. Like we I've been contemplating doing something like that just to see how it would go.
It's Yeah, it's like it's cool in theory because it's like, hey, you kind of get to like do whatever
Mm-hmm.
and do like, but it's like you're doing live auctions, and
Exactly.
then like people are just kind of popping in and out of the room, and then it's like, okay, I just sat here for 2 hours, um, and like the one guy that I'm hanging out with anyway is just hanging out with me,
Pretty
and then
much.
like maybe someone bought one card for $20, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, if it costs you
Oh, let's
nothing to do
see.
the stream other than time, to me that's like nothing. Because truck driving,
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
sitting for
also
like,
something where
yeah.
like it's like eBay, it's like CCG, where like whatnot's gonna get a cut
Hmm.
as well in the end. So then
Oh,
there's like
okay.
the fees and whatnot involved in it too. So like you kind of have to factor that in.
Yeah, I got you. You want to make
Like
it
I,
worth
I
it.
don't
I
sell
got
on
you.
eBay. Yeah, I don't sell on eBay anymore because of like some of their policies. I know that people have kind of gotten off eBay selling.
Hmm.
But like TCG is not that much better.
No, I've sold on
Um,
TCG Player for a good bit. Haven't after they did some policy updates as well. I just wasn't really a fan of.
yeah,
So yeah, I understand.
like I haven't gotten a TCG player store because I just don't have like as much as I'm like looking to move, that I can't just
No.
go on like a Facebook or Discord and whatever and sell it that way.
Hmm.
Um,
But like, if I was able to get the product for stuff with like for a long while, TCG Player was not bad. Before I got to truck driving, that's like when I was moving between my previous job and truck driving, I was selling stuff on TCG Player to be able to make
ooh,
money.
yes, I wanted
Oh,
that one.
nice. To be able to make like
Yeah,
be able to
I
make money.
hadn't seen that
Mhm.
SR Plus yet.
Let's say
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
no,
going, keep
you're
going.
good. You're good. Let's say I don't remember seeing that either. So, hell yeah. Now, okay.
Yeah,
Quick,
that's
quick
the
question.
exclusive art Tristan. Yes.
Okay, so which having the exclusive art is very nice. Um, is there another? So are there two different versions of that card, or is that the only like version? Like obviously you got the
I think
alternate
this is
art, but is there going to be
I think
another
this is the
normal version?
only I think this is the only rarity. We're like it's like this is like the mid rarity, the
Yeah,
SRs, and then SR plus. Like these are different
yeah,
cards.
yeah. They're two different
It's not
cards
like
because like
the
level 5 and levels or 5 cost or whatever the hell's at the top versus 7
yeah.
for the
It's not
alternate.
like it's
Yeah,
not like the Morgans. Like it's kind of like
like it's not
like in Weiss, there's like double R and double
yeah,
R. Like they're both 5 cost, but they're different cards.
like are
Actually,
those?
these might be the same card.
Let's say I was also asking, are they the exact same card, just different art? I didn't know if there was the same thing for that Tristan.
This this is actually no. This SR and this SR plus, these are the same card.
Okay,
Huh.
did not know.
So then what is this Tristan? Yeah, so
So
this is
is there a
74.
counterpart of that Tristan? Is kind of the thing. I'm curious.
I'm guessing that there has to be. I guess it's an SR Tristan. I don't know
Possibly.
which one's 74. This is 70. That's a 5 cost Tristan.
Yeah. So I know we got
Oh,
one
there
more
was.
box to
Oh,
go, but I
I know
had to
which.
ask.
Yeah, I know which one it is.
Ah,
It's
okay.
this one.
I see.
Because I think I got one of that SR.
Nice. Okay, okay.
So it's just like her regular sort of sprite pose, and then the
Got
exclusive
you.
art.
Okay, okay. I know. I noticed that as well with one of the
Did
Oberons. I
not
was like, oh, that's the
did
sprite.
not know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
did not know that. I guess
okay.
that it makes getting like a deck playset a bit easier because I'm getting just more
Yeah.
copies of that card. This is the last. This is the last box, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? Am I missing a box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's the other box? Did I throw that box elsewhere? Or am I just going crazy?
Someone else summoned it.
This, I'm going crazy. Duh. Yeah, I'm like
Oh,
9.
this.
I'm like, yeah, box
Okay.
10's in
Oh,
front of my
okay. Okay.
face.
I thought you were counting that one in front of you as part of the 9.
I was counting. No, I was counting the open boxes, and I was like, there should be 10 boxes. I'm like,
It's
10
like
boxes
right
in
in
front.
front. That's like.
Yeah, yeah. This is 10 boxes in, and I'm like, oh no.
It's nowhere near as bad as.
Okay, so this is the last. This is the last of the foils. So we got
True, you could count
one
via
of the
number.
foil Aurora, which is a different art, but we did not get a foil Maeve.
Got a playset.
Yeah, so we just got a playset though. But then we got one of the foil version of Aurora, and we got four Maeve, 6 Aurora, 1 being the foil.
Nice.
What are the
Okay.
ratios? Okay, just to kind of give that breakdown right there. I'll do sort of, I guess, like a quick recap at the end of
Yeah, it is. That's
what
all
we
good.
got, but I don't want to bloat out the runtime of the video.
You're good.
You know?
It's not like we have
Not
to
too
talk
much.
about each individual card. You just like plop them down. It's all good.
Yeah, but then we just yap about other stuff and other card games
Pretty
and
much.
whatever else is going on.
Because there's probably someone who would be like, oh, I'd like to see what the overall haul is. You know, that's fine. That's all good.
Yeah, and then yeah, the guy just like, all right, fast forward again, see what this guy got.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I've got like 6 of this Castoria at this point.
Yeah.
But you know, if the SR and the SR pluses are like the same card, I think I'm good as far as like a play set. But as far as like a master collection would go, because I also wanted to just have like a collection binder of these.
I mean, that's fair though.
Well.
I get that.
Yeah.
I have a binder that is me collecting stuff, and I want to get some of these cards to put in that binder.
Yeah. Because that's what I was doing for Rebirth with the fake carnival set. Is I just like got a binder and put things in there as like a playset binder, and then like my deck. Because I also wanted to learn how to play.
Yeah, when you initially said this or showed me this, I was like, "Oh, this is Union Arena." It's like, no, this is Build Divide. Oh, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, completely different thing. Like there's so many. I guess there's always been like Weiss is kind of the main sort of like IP based card game.
Yeah.
But then like other games at this point have sort of figured out the power of crossover IPs.
Oh.
So
yeah.
like Vanguard's had crossover IPs, Magic's had crossover IPs with like the secret layers and whatnot drops or whatever they are. Not whatnot drops, but
yeah,
there's another Tristan. But then like there's been so many other Japanese card games like your Precious Memories and whatnot that are like they're just purely IP card games that were just direct competitors with Weiss. That like some of them were around for a while but just aren't as big, or some kind of just were around for like a year or two and ended. Speaking of Persona 3, I got SR Plus Muramasa. There was a card game called Level Neo that was out for a while, and I think the Persona 3 movie, the movies that came out, we never got those in Weiss because they went to Level Neo. And so I ended up getting like discount Level Neo Persona 3 movie boxes way back when for however much it was off of Amazon, and that was like the last set in that game. So like now that entire game is impossible to find. But I got product, and that game had like SPs and stuff too, you know. So it was like a full collector thing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Melocene. I'll have to sort through all these commons and figure out what I got on my own time. And then I'm had Discord up this entire time, so I know I'm getting messages from people about like, "Hey, are you doing stuff right now?" I was like, "Yes, my guy."
It's like, I'm opening up cardboard. Shush.
Yeah, I have very important business to attend to.
What business could possibly be more important? Playing a children's card game.
Children's card games. Oh, all right. Mellow Scene. I think I've gotten a playset of those at this point.
Yeah, I want to say you at least have a playset of that foil one.
Yeah, because like if it's like 5 per box of SRs times that by 10, like there's 50 SRs here.
Yeah.
But I know like the Castoria, I've gotten a bunch of them. This Tristan, I think I've only gotten like 1 or 2 of that Tristan.
Of that one, yeah.
Yeah, that the 7-drop Tristan. So.
Because that's the only other Muramasa that I remember seeing, other than the SP one.
I think.
Unless I
don't
just
think I've gotten the
overlooked it.
SR plus. Yeah, I think I've gotten the SR, like another version of that. That's the SP.
Yeah.
I think that's the same card. Yeah, that's that.
I see 3s on both of them. I'm just assuming.
Yeah, it's 3-drop, 4,500 attack, Muramasa. It's the same card. It's upside down, so I can't really like look at it.
You're good.
Gareth.
So I'm just like, no, it's not upside down. Oh no.
Yeah,
it's all about
got
perspective.
The space in the camera. Yeah. So we have Mirren going crazy. Aurora's been crazy the whole time. I wonder when we are going to get some of these characters sort of in this, because they're like most of the characters in here, they are NPCs.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm wondering, like, are we gonna get like a summonable Aurora? Murin is technically not an NPC. She is one of the Sakura 5.
Mm-hmm.
So like Melt and Passion Lip and like those guys.
Yeah.
She's part of that crew, but this is like the Lost Belt version of her as like a cameo. So I'm like, we could get a summonable what's her name? Kazur drop at some point. But like, they're kind of fixated on the Tsukihime collabs and stuff right now. So Lord knows when we'll kind of go back to this. All right, this is the last pack.
Last pack magic. Chance.
See if we can at least get an SR plus.
Let's get one more SR.
Because we got the SRs.
For the Tristan.
Yeah. We got. Oh please. No shot. Absolutely no shot. No shot.
Calling it.
So we got the SRs. Nope. I peeked. I'm not supposed to peek, but I peeked. It's
good. It's goblins.
Winky Dwinky and it's the goblins that. 2 of them are good boys, and surprise, one isn't.
One of them is sus, as the kids say.
Yeah, one is like all the other fairies. All right, so we did the breakdown of promos. We get that off screen.
Gotcha. Double SP.
Mirren. Habitrot, Muramasa. 2 SPs out of 10 boxes. I think that's good.
One for 5. 1 in 5. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. If it's Weiss ratio, sounds about right to me.
Yeah, for real.
I don't think they're the most desirable SPs. It's not Morgan, it's not Melusine, it's not Castoria.
The Muramasa might be decent.
Muramasa's cool.
Yeah.
Like the Muramasa, it's Shinji. People like Shinji. People like Muramasa.
Yeah.
I like to be some Habitrot. Like, we are Habitrot appreciators here.
Absolutely.
The SR pluses. Let's see here. We got Muramasa, Morgan, Melusine, Bargus, Castoria. I'm gonna put this off to the side for a second.
You're good. Just to have space.
Yeah,
because there's some of these you only got one copy of for some, and it's just
But like, because these are like at 2 per boxes, and I'm not going to get probably play sets out of this. It's like trying to get play sets of double R's out
Yeah.
of things. So like there's like 2 Oberons right there. We got 2 of that Morgan, 1 of that Bargist. There's another Castoria, Melocene. It's a different Castoria, 3 of that Morgan. Hey, look at all the Morgan.
Heck yeah.
So that's our double R
Oh
plus
wow. It's a very
or double R
interesting
plus
spread though.
SR. Yeah, so it's about 1 of each with like a few dupes. So we got 2
Yeah.
Bargist, 2 Melocene,
Like
3 Morgan.
like even when it's just like the one that's like recurring dupe and you get like a nice spread of that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, look, they're going like, who's complaining about multiple copies of Morgan?
Hell
Says
no.
any Fago player.
Not.
And then the SRs, this might be a bit harder to sort if there's more of them.
That's fine.
Do my best. Bunch of that Tristan. That's that Morgan. Abatrot.
We can see if this gives like within 10 boxes how many like play sets of these are you getting type thing.
Yeah, and also remember like the SRs and the SR pluses, they're like it's the same card.
Mm-hmm.
So think of it that way. It's just different. Like one's like an upgraded rarity.
Yeah.
So, but it's for like a collector or like I guess what someone would be expected to sort of get if they were buying a box or a case. Yeah, it's Morgan. That's that Morgan. That's that Morgan. Trying to make sure everything is sort of on camera still. Mash. That Castor. Got so much of that Castor. A bunch of this Tristan too.
Which that's good.
Yeah, Bargist is there. A bunch of this Melocene.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'll have to figure out what some of these singles prices are, so that I could just get some more information and then complete
that's kind of the big thing.
Play sets, see sort of like what some of this stuff is, because I have no idea. Sus Mothman, Habby Cat. We got 4 of that Habby Cat, some of that Morgan, Bargist. That Melocene, yeah, it's good there.
There's like a
camera
on the Bargist in the top corner. It's there's like a foiling effect on it that for a half second looks like it's like the beginnings of like SP stamp.
Yeah. Because there's like it's her chains.
Yeah, it looks.
She has
cool.
the chains, but it looks like it's like those are also foil. It's like a flat foil on like the sparkle background. And it looks like it should be a signature, but it's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like I'm looking at it too, and I'm like, is that an SP? It's
yeah.
So we got 3 of that Bargist, 4 of this Bargist. Start kind of packing this up as
You're good.
2 of this redrop Muramasa. This is the same as the SR Plus and the SP that we pulled.
Oh, okay, so that is the same. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same. 1 of this Oberon. 1 of this Morgan, but I think this is the SR Plus Morgan. 5-drop, yeah. This is the same as the SR Plus Morgan. Or is it 13? Yeah, 12 and 13.
So 2 different ones Morgans. There. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, these are 2 different ones. 2 different 5-drop Morgans. The SR Plus is 13, yeah. So it's this Morgan here. Which we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of that Morgan.
Nice.
1 of that Castoria. 2 of this Mash. Melos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of this Melocene. And then 1 of this 5-drop Melocene. We had 1 of the other Oberon, 2 of this Oberon.
It was the same as the Oberon that was the foil that was his sprite, like, animation
I
thing?
think. There was 2... No, this is...
or is that a different one?
That's... Yeah, it's a different one. That's 55... And where's that Oberon? That's 52. So these are 2 different Oberons.
Oh, okay.
But they're both 5-drops.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't make out power.
Yeah,
on the
I'm trying.
So you're
good.
Yeah,
it's and like they're both 5-drop, and like I don't have a clue. I'm just looking at the set number.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just kind of looking at the numbers in the corner, and I'm just like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Castoria.
1 off, man.
So we got NP. And 1 off all Max of Pain. NP7 Castoria. 4 Habitrots.
Hell yeah.
6 of this Tristan, and then 1 of this Tristan. And this is the SR. We said this one
Okay.
was the SR plus Tristan.
Gotcha.
And then 3 of that Castoria. Which I'm curious a little bit as to sort of which ones equate with what. It's like this is it's the same sprite of Castoria,
Yeah,
but
clearly.
it's like they're completely different cards.
But that's got to get
not
confusing.
even.
I'm even looking at like the
but
text.
One's a 6-drop, one's a 5-drop.
Yeah, even on the text, you can see where they're like. I'm gonna pull up cursor. You can see like there's like certain overlap with some of the like red and blue looking icon. I like from what I can tell on here.
Yeah, because I mean they have like the keyword icons.
The keyword
the
icons,
power is
yeah.
different. I think that's like the critical down there. The damage is different. The cost is different.
That would get confusing.
But like the foil
really
pattern.
Fast.
Yeah, and then with like the Oberon, it's the screen caps
clearly,
and it's Oberon. Susmoth, where you at? 55 was. It's this one. It's that Oberon.
Okay.
And then it's this. So that's the same card, and that's the same card.
Interesting.
It's the other Oberon.
But you can clearly tell like differences in them as opposed to the Castorias. Like, oh, here's the literal same thing.
But it's these are like one is set 74 and one is 29. Oh, you want to know why? Want to know why it's the same sprite, but it's not even anywhere close to the characters?
Okay.
One's Ask and one's Castoria.
Really?
So this is technically a Morgan. Yeah. I think this is a Morgan.
Okay.
Because oops, lost belt 6.
Yeah.
Lost belt 6.
Accurate.
One's Ask, one's Morgan. All right. Well, I got some common sorting to do.
That is very true.
I'll put them back up here. The 2 hits, I guess, I got.
Basically, I mean,
not Morgan, not Tristan, not Melisy, not the top that I wanted, but like, look, I got something. We're happy.
True.
Cool.
Better something than nothing, but still.
Better something than nothing. I'll track down some more boxes. I don't know.
So,
or find some singles out there, find some more information on this.
Time to go spend some more money, but once again, like make informed decisions. Like obviously we're like addicted at this point, but like we're gonna be.
We are way too lost in the. We're way too lost in the sauce, but like you know, and the thing is like some of these boxes, like I was able to kind of get these on pre-order discount. Now that the set's out, and like, you know, like a lot of the Japanese websites are sold out, and now they're kind of circulating on the secondary market, like on eBay.
Yeah.
I got these for like $35 a box. They're like $50 or $60 a pop on eBay. And I'm like, I don't know.
So very much with the discounts and stuff makes it a lot more worth it at the time, but So we shall see if there's a part 2 to this in the future.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go for like 10 boxes, make it like video worthy. I'll just be like, pick up a box if I find one for $30.
1 year later, I don't know.
Let me get big fluffy boy in here.
Big fluffy boy, hell yeah.
As the thing. But thank you very much, Cade, and all the rest of the base damage crew for indulging my silly little indulgences.
Thank you for
getting some box opening. I hope everyone that's still around here sort of enjoyed our little ramblings and box opening, and you know, get to advertise sort of a game that I would like to learn more about, and I'm sure other people want to see product opening for.
Yes, I've like never messed with it, so I'm like, I got to see what this looks like. But in terms of advertising, you said something about you do streaming. Would you want to plug any of that, or does it matter?
I have not uploaded a video on my own channel for 7 years, 10 years. I've thought about reviving my own channel, and I'm like, I don't know. But like, I have to be other streaming friends and whatnot and stuff that does that. So, you know, that's why I was like, hey, you guys want some base damage content? Because like, I can just give it to you.
Pretty much. No, I greatly appreciate it, man. For anybody else who wants to share their obscure other card games that maybe people don't know about, feel free to check the description for a link to join the Discord. And you can see more shenanigans like this in the future. If you want to have a party with Fluffy Boy Serenunos as well, Feel free to like and subscribe. If not, hey, thanks for stopping by to check out. And that's it. We're going to be signing off. We will see you on the flip side. Peace out.
Thank you very much, guys.